right, Red Kite Omnium, the July Crit, July in Livermore. It was hot. It was in the 90s. And windy too, so hot and windy on a square course. It was like, felt like getting hit with a blow dryer in the face the entire race. And it was fast. The wind made it hard, and we just took off right from the beginning. You can see it took a while for a brake to stick. We had what, five or six of us Tehran guys. Everyone but myself had already raced though, so kind of pressure was on me to make the breakaway, and I was really active early on to try to just ensure I was with every single threatening move that went. All right, jumping ahead, we're almost 40 minutes into the race now. Skipped quite a bit, and the brake just hasn't gotten away yet. It's been a lot of really aggressive racing and a lot of really strong guys up the road, but just not the right mix yet, and we keep forcing the issue. There goes Matt on the right, one of probably like 20 attacks by our team at this point in the race. Tobin's here again, like he was the day before at Watsonville, and there goes Tobin chasing down Matt, so definitely I'm going to try to stay on that. That's a threatening move. But this has been what it's like, and I've just, in the heat, guys, I suck in the heat, and I've just kind of been suffering. I've been burning a lot of matches, because I think this is probably the longest I've ever seen a Red Kite crit go without a brake sticking. So so I know everyone's tired. I know it's going to go any moment here, and I've sneaked in a couple of preem laps because I'm still leading the overall the Omnium, the Red Kite Omnium. So gotten a few points there, which is nice, but doesn't bode well for the rest of the race for me. Just burning matches, going for every attack, going for preems, and the further we get in this race, the more concerned I am that I'm kind of using all this energy for nothing, and a brake won't get away. But I'm kind of committed now to really trying to get in that front group, and it took this long. It took over 40 minutes in the race for it to come together. So Dave here on the right on the headwind section, he gave me a tap, and so I jumped on his wheel, and Dave revs it up, and I'm not even looking to see what's going on behind me. I'm so tired at this point. But this is a super good wheel, and Dave's going real fast here. So we got a teammate up the road here, Andrew, and he's with Chris Coble. So this could actually really work out, because now Dave's bridging across. I'm on his wheel. Unfortunately, we have Justin, super strong sprinter. He's in my draft, but here we come up on our teammate and Chris, and they tag on too. And this is how the break was made. So really bizarre. 41 minutes of really aggressive racing is how long it took out of a 60-minute crit for this thing to come together. Oh, and this was a preem lap too, so I snuck another preem. But this is basically it. There was a little bit of shuffling around. One rider bridged up, one rider dropped back, but this was the final composition at the front of the race. There were 5 of us, and I had a teammate in Dave. But again, Dave had already raced, so he did what he could. And if you watched my previous video, I worked just enough to make sure that we didn't get caught from behind, while saving energy for the last lap of the race. Alright, jumping forward again, we're on the bell lap. This is the last lap. It's been a chaotic group. Justin's not working, Coble gets frustrated, attacks, Dave takes Justin off the back. I'm stitching things up because I wanted to come down to a sprint, and it just was not a friendly breakaway. I think 5 is one too many on this course, and everyone's got to be working. 4 or less, everyone's working is the magic number on this course. But now Dave's taken over at the front, and I told him just keep it fast enough so people aren't going to be launching attacks around us. But I am like so exhausted at this point in the race. The heat's gotten to me. Fortunately, this last lap is is really slow, and we have a huge gap. We have 45 seconds or something on the field. So at least I don't have to sprint against Tobin, but unfortunately I have to sprint against a fresh Justin. And so right here, so I just kind of sit up in the headwind section and didn't plan this at all or anything, but I just let Dave, I'm yelling at Dave to go, let him roll off the front, which in hindsight was probably a mistake actually, because if there's one thing Justin's really good at is doing what he just did right there, and just closing down a gap like immediately, almost effortlessly. So that pretty much hurt me as much as it hurt everybody else. A little bit of a mistake, but now I swing to the right because it's a left to right wind, and Dave starts to wind it up, and I come up on Dave's wheel and begin to wind up my sprint for the last corner, and then this happens. Boom, and then he hits me on the right, and I'm on the brakes too, and more importantly, I am knocked off my course, so I couldn't take that corner without squeezing a handful of brakes, and that was it. I was too sketched out to even go for this sprint. I just rolled in for third. Let's take another look, slow motion. So I start my sprint around Dave, and this is right about where I wanted to go. I'm trying to reach that corner first, and I see Justin coming left to right with this big lateral motion, almost taking out Mike's bike's front wheel. Awesome save by him just to keep it upright, but now he's lost control of his bike, and he comes smashing into me. So now I'm grabbing brakes and just trying not to crash. Meanwhile, you have Justin just motoring away, taking that corner first, and Mike's and I are still kind of battling for that position. And like I said before, I'm knocked off my line, so I can't take this corner at speed anymore. And the race is over for me. I mean, any sprinter will tell you, if you're using brakes in the final 150, 200 meters as a sprinter, there's just no way you can recover from that. So at this point, I'm just glad I didn't crash, and I roll in for third. So I totally understand Justin's intention here. I mean, he wanted to get to the right-hand side of the road, the sheltered side of the road, as quickly as possible, and he also wanted to be first into that corner. So so he did just that, and you know, it wasn't the safest move. He probably could have been a little bit more aware of what was going on behind him, and might not make a whole lot of friends in the P12 field doing that sort of thing. But you know, at the same time, he's a bro, and he didn't have any bad intentions. He wanted to get first in that corner just like everybody else, and he took the win. So congrats, Justin. Maybe let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks for watching. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and be coming out with some more content real soon. Later. No, not you. You're next.
It was kind of like a triangle. I don't know what angle we were coming in, but we had a little come together, little power slide, little etching of carbon wheels, and
literally an etching of carbon wheels.
Yeah, you can see it. But you know what? We're all upright, so it's all good. Right there.
What happened to last corner?
Yeah,
You won?
I won, but I don't know if that counts.
It counts. It counts.
All right.
Really well.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was basically a drag race to the last corner. It was everyone other than Grunman. So 4 of us racing to the corner. I was ahead, and I guess I forgot what a straight line was, and I aimed for the corner, which cut off Sam, and he went into my bike behind me, and I almost took him out. He slid, apparently ran into Jeff, and bounced off each other and stayed upright. So I'm glad about that, but I'll take this as a lesson to learn for the future of holding a straight line.